everybody, welcome back to CrazyCraft. I can't fly in this mode, it's absolutely not a thing. My name is Scryptar and we're back with Minecraft 1.16. And we're flying, we have rockets. Yes, we do. And I did a couple things while you weren't watching. As you can see, I took out a big part of the jungle. I constructed a bridge. I made a little house. Just a tiny one. And you probably would have liked to watch that, but then again, this one isn't really all that special. As you can see, it's a pretty simple construction. I mean, there's some strip wood here, and some bone blocks there, and some more strip wood, and some spruce planks. That's it! Honestly, that's it. It's on stilts, same as this one. Little different construction. Well, it's bigger, needed bigger stilts. Has a big old entrance. Yep, some banners. It technically is designed like a dojo. I hope it looks the part. It should. It's a design by Corteserino. He's doing the most amazing builds. I just love it. Obviously, I adjusted this to fit my taste. But other than that, I think the only complicated stuff is up there. Just from looking at it, it's not really complicated. Those are stairs upside down. I mean, they look like supports. It looks really good. And the rest is just, you know, it's slabs and stairs. I mean, the roof construction is the same as that. Look at the corners. 2 slabs up, 1 slab up. It's the same there. It's actually the same over there as well. So I skipped the building process. This would have easily been an episode, but then again, that's not the most important part about this. Obviously, this building will serve a function at one part. It's looking cool though. I really like it. The interior matches the outside, so I basically built pillars up here where there were already pillars. I mean, it's quite clear when you look at this over here, right? These pillars are on the same spot as these. And that's really all there is to it. That's all of the magic. Some caps on top where the half blocks really didn't meet up. There's some lights behind those trapdoors. And yeah, that's it. There's no magic here. The magic is going to happen today. This is going to become my villager trading hall. Oh yeah. That's going to be interesting. We have some building materials right here. And as you may guess from 4 beds and some carrots, we are doing the whole villager thing in here. So what I'm going to do is, right over here in this corner, the only corner that doesn't look like the others, one of these things is not like the other, this corner over here, that's going to be villager breeding, trade selection, zombification, curing, and transportation over to the trading stations. And one of the trading stations I've mocked up over here. We're going to build those together right now. So how is this going to work? You put down a pressure plate. That's where the villager is going to stand. Then we're going to take an output from that, run it into that block over there. Yep. We're going to invert the signal, which runs into that block. Then we want to take the output from that block. And now I do need... No, I don't. I'm prepared. I can walk up here. I'm going to do this. And run this right into the fence gate, which will block anybody else from coming in here. Because as soon as he's standing here, that's closed and nobody can walk into this spot again. Stop that. So you just shift click onto that. That is kind of the wrong way around. Does that matter? No, not really. It just drives me mad when it's that way. So obviously what you can do is use an X to make this go faster. You can also just put it on there. On the glass block. Which is just there so I can see what is happening behind it. You don't need a glass block there. Not at all. And that is basically it. You take your trapdoor. Any kind of trapdoor, it doesn't matter. Put that on there, so he can't move out. Scott has joined the game. And then you need to be aware of the fact that these all need to be in the same spot. So I stood up here placing this one, so I will have to stand here facing that way when I place this one. And it's just right click onto the pressure plate, and then you can open it. If you don't do that, you end up with that trapdoor being on the left side, that trapdoor being on the right side when it opens, and then there's an empty spot here or something. So just be aware of that. That's all the magic there is to it. So I'm gonna place the rest of these stations. You've seen how easy they are. They're gonna go along this wall, along that part of the wall, probably in that corner, and definitely along this wall. It does look kind of weird. I may have to put down some trapdoors here to at least cover up where the pillars are cut through. Then it seems I did put a dark oak fence over there and an acacia one over there. Yeah, I definitely have to fix that. But other than that, it's done. Let's have a look. There we go. Oh, it's nice and cozy in here. Look at that. It's the early morning hours, and the light in here is just, I like it. I like it a lot. It's cozy. What more can I say? So all the trading booths are in, as I said. The only thing you need to do is put a crafting station right here, or a trading station. Whatever trait of a villager you have, but we're gonna figure out what kind of villager we want before we put them in here. So we can put down in our setup that we're gonna make next. We can find out the traits. You know, reset the villager as much as we want, and when we finally get what we want, we're gonna send him off. He's gonna run around this whole thing until he drops down wherever we put the crafting station that formerly we had in this spot. I think it's this spot. If you don't think I can put the whole process of villager breeding, zombification, and all that I mentioned earlier in this tiny little spot, well, you're in for a treat. I think this is the smallest setup that I've ever seen, because I haven't seen it yet. I was looking for something fairly small, and this is different. I made this myself. So, you can look forward to it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to use this right here as the floor for our farm. Yes, the farm will sit up here under the roof. There's more than enough space for a farm. That's what we're going to do. Haven't decided yet on how to close off the sides, but that is, you know, it's something we're going to probably put some glass in there or something. And we also probably need some lights up there in the nether brick slab roof to light up the farm efficiently. Yeah, well, I mean, let's get going, right? Let's get up here. You can already see the walkway that's going around this whole thing. Pretty nice and easy. How do I get up here? That's not so nice and easy. Well, that worked. And yeah, since I have these light posts in the way and I can't really move them, we're just gonna go on top. The farm is gonna be right here, the whole thing. Probably including this beam right here. And all of a sudden it's rather nice and cozy in here. I mean, it was cozy before, but now it's tight. It's the only word that comes to mind. The ceiling is a little bit lower now. Yeah, it is. But as you can see from the dripping water droplets, it is already functional. If I can ever... Hello? What the heck? I have to go up and crouch here to get up. That's the only spot I had left, other than over there. Anyway, as you can see, this is all enclosed. Nobody should be able to get out here once they're in, and that's the main thing. Yup. I do have 2 composters here. I actually have to get rid of one because there's only ever going to be 1 farmer up here. Otherwise, you know, they start breeding each other or something. That's not going to be a thing. We need 1 farmer in this farm. Don't know. I mean, I do have some of these. So might as well. There. Yeah, that works. All we really need is the water down there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's almost in that area, so that's fine. To the sides, it's 1, 2, 3 blocks. So everything should be irradiated here. Irradiated? Irrigated? Irrigated! Irradiated is also a thing. We could do that, but that would breed something other than villages, I'm pretty sure. And then over here, we actually have a door. So right here is where the breeding process will happen. Right here is where we are going to have our villager breeder. And so this doesn't happen when I don't want it. I put in a steel door. And if I can crouch, thank you. There's a lever right there. Closed. It also switches that, which is a bit of a thing. I can probably put a lever up there and just have that permanently powered. Some of these carrots that are going to be thrown to the villagers sitting here are going to land down here, so we want to collect those and have a mini carrot farm. I mean, after all, we can turn those into golden carrots, which is a pretty decent food. Yeah, but for now, we need to get the villager breeding in place. On that block height up there is where the beds are going to be. So, we need some temporary blocks right here so we can place them. And that should be just that. Yup, should be. Let's see if we can get up there. Maybe this time. Without any issues. Oh, almost. Almost. I switched off the door. Door's open, and I also put in this one for the trapdoor, so that should work. Now, let's see if we can get down here. Lovely. We want to put the beds in a circle here, and you need to place them in a way that the pillow is at the outside corner of this square. So basically, you're gonna go in here. If I can get up there? No, can I not? Oh, glass block. Don't fall. We're gonna place them in a way that you always target the middle block, that block, that block, that block, and you just, you know, face towards the outside. And in a circle, please. If you can call this a circle. I mean, you probably can. There you go. That is good. Then we need some temporary blocks. Which is going to, yeah, respawn point set. This is where I want to respawn, game. Yes, this is exactly where I want to respawn. Right here. And we are going to place our trapdoors here. If I can. Thank you. That is going to be the villager cage. I can't reach that, because I put in some glass here already. Way too early, Scryptar. Way too early. Well, not really. It's the next thing I want to do. So that the villager up there, the farmer, doesn't do anything stupid, tries to get out, tries to see one of these beds as his, and prevents these guys from sleeping. Just right there. Right here. We put our fence post. That is where the villagers will stand on, those that are supposed to breed, and the babies will fall through. But that will only happen if this fence post isn't attached to anything. So, let's get rid of all of this. Also don't need you anymore. Lovely. Standard villager breeding setup. Yep, there's our setup. So now the babies will fall down here, and then we need to deal with them. And I think I'm going to start by doing this. And you have no idea why I'm doing this, and I'm not going to explain it right now, but I am going to explain it a little bit later. Alright, this is set up. Now, let's just pretend they fall down here, as they should. We probably should close this off so they don't go anywhere. We also need to put some windows in here. Well, I can do that anytime. I think I still need this, because we still need to get villagers in here. At least 2 in there. Yeah, probably 2, because we don't want to have 4 in there and then all of a sudden get 2 babies. You only ever want 1. So 2 villagers in here, and 1 in there, and then we also need a zombie right here. Yup. Okay, what blocks do I have on me that I can use next? A lot. Let's go with... Yeah, let's go with some of these, why not? Alright, right here, we're going to have our little zombie chamber. He's going to sit in there and be a happy camper. That's what we're going to do. And you like that. And because that looks weird, let's strip it. That does look better. Alright, now this guy... I mean, we could stick to jungle doors since we've been using them all the way around. Yeah, why not? Why freaking not? I want you right there. That's perfect. And I want one right there. But those are my last 2. Oh, that's great. So technically, these are not see-through, so the zombie in there shouldn't be able to see anybody. We are going to control him using this. So whenever that lever is flipped up, the zombie can see the villager standing somewhere around here and zombify him. And if the deed is done, we can do this, and everything is good. Yep, that's taking some form. I like it. I did exchange this over to jungle wood since we seem to be using jungle wood right now for most of the stuff. The structure is spruce and dark oak, and the floor is birch, and all the rest is going to be jungle wood. Because why not? Because we can. Because we're in a jungle, that's why. So what did I do here? I put down a chest and a hopper, so whatever carrots fall down here, I want to end up over there. And for that, obviously we're going to use a water stream, that's the easiest way, right? So they end up there, they get transferred over into this chest, no problem. Stairs on top, so I can access that. Yes. What are we going to do here, though? This, we are going to waterlog. Why are we going to do that? Because when you do this, the water won't flow out. That's why. It's the only reason. And it's a good reason. But before we do that, we need to make sure that the water actually flows past this block. So for now, we're just gonna take you, put you here, because that's where it's gonna go. Do that. Wait for the water to flow all the way. That looks pretty darn good. And, then, here comes the interesting part. It will flow out, obviously. Now, if we waterlog that, and place that back, ta-da! Magic! So when the villager babies spawn, they drop down here. We need to make sure that they don't get out of this holding area, right? So I guess first thing we're going to do is close off this right here. I'm just going to use glass blocks. I think that's the easiest to do. That should be good. They can still fit through here, so we're going to close that off with some trapdoors as we do. Might as well put them all the way through so it looks kind of symmetrical and stuff. We can put these down if you want. It's not really need to. They can't fit through here anymore. Now they can always get through here, right? Well, that's fixed. Now they can't. The water stream will bump them up high enough so that they get stuck on this trapdoor, which is our first controllable door right here. We keep this down. We can breed villagers, wait for them to grow up here. They will be pushed into this corner right here. Right now they can be kind of anywhere along this line, but we're going to waterlog that fence over there, and that will push them out here without forming an infinite spring. It's pretty nice. I just don't have any more water on me right now. I'll show you in a second. And that will push the villagers into this corner, and that's why we can put this here, because standing in that corner, he will see this, and we can do the whole villager trait selection thing, right? Alright, so now pretend we've done that. We open this, the water stream will have him flow through here. We don't want him to go into the elevator, so we're going to stop him right here again. And then we're going to open this, and then he's going to get punched and zombified, and then we're going to close that. And now we need to cure him. And for that, right over there is where we're going to put a dispenser. Do I have one on me? Oh, yes, I do. I'm prepared. That's weird. Right there. And this we will fill up with weakness potions. You also need one of these, please. Boop. Alright, so this is all of that process. Now we just need to make a bubble waiter right there. So we kind of need to stop the flow here. And that's the only issue with this whole pretty tight system. This block right here will not have water on it. So he may just be pushed up into 2/3 through this block and then stand there. Or he will stand here and not be pushed into the water stream there. Because if I don't put a sign here, those are all source blocks, right? And the bubble waiter, those are all source blocks. So the water will flow out, come around here, and he will get stuck somewhere there. We don't want that. Well, for now, let's put these down. So we want one here, and one here. That should now work. The only thing that's missing is something that pushes them in here. So we're going to put you here, put a water bucket in. That should waterlog that sign. Can't go anywhere because there's a trapdoor here, can only go that way. and not down because there's a sign there. So let's see what that does. There. Yeah, pretty much. Water's still flowing this way. And now this is waterlogged. It doesn't do much really, but if they are already standing here, that water should push them the slightest bit. Hopefully, and that's why there's a slab here, so they get air. And once they're in here, they get pushed up and over at some point, and then they just, you know, walk around a lovely little walkway. That seems to be working. I didn't even bother putting a sign there to stop the water flow. It works. It's fine. Let it flow. Alright, this is actually 2 days later in real life. But I finally got it done. A zombie is in, got a sword with sharpness 5. Why not, right? I mean, why not? There's 2 villagers up there. They are breeding, they are getting fed with carrots, as you can see. We can stand here, look up and see if the farmer is actually standing here trying to feed them carrots. If we want to stop him, we do this. I'll leave it open for now. Might as well just get another villager baby, right? They fall down, get pushed over here, they bump up and down. Once I've seen a baby slip underneath here. Once. In my testing. It's like 1 out of 10 or so. That usually doesn't happen. I put some slabs here instead of trapdoors because there was some issue with villagers escaping that setup there and all of a sudden standing right there. But I think that was because I forgot to place glass blocks over there and they were hopping on top of the zombie chamber. Yeah, stupid me. Anyway, this is proof of concept, and if it's working, then it's working, and if it's not working, then we're doing something else, I guess. For now, what do you have? Yeah. Yeah, okay, you know what? I probably did not bring my emeralds. Do I have emeralds in here? Oh, I do. I do have emeralds in here. With books. Trade locked in. Lovely. And that's all we really needed, right? Now we can go and have a look and say this is 16 emeralds for one of those books. Would you please come through here? And thank you very much. Look at that guy. Come on, hit him again. Don't be shy. Of course. The moment I stopped the recording, it happened. And maybe because he can see me. Look, he's aggroing me, clearly. I just stepped to the side and it immediately worked. Right, close you. Is there anything we can do about that? Well, yeah, we can just, you know, put some glass blocks over here. There's noises everywhere. Anyway, that worked. So now, over there, we have the splash potion of weakness. Right in here. It's not what I wanted, but okay. Happy that works. Did I get him? I did. Did I bring a golden apple? No. Did now. Here. That's how this confirmation that it works. Now we just need to wait. That only took forever. Hello there. Finally. So, that's better. That is seriously better. It's a bit of a pity that you have to do the trade first to lock it in, so then you can zombify him, because otherwise, due to zombification, he loses his trait being a librarian, right? So once you cure him, he will get that back, but he might not necessarily get that trait back that you wanted. So, yeah, it's a bit of a thing. Hi there, you. Move on. Move along, nothing to see. Would you please get pushed over there? No idea where you're trying to go. Is it this? Well, now you're stuck in the... Oh, yeah. Look at him. Without a crafting station. No problem. Now I put that back down. He's up there. I saw you running. And you drop down right here. Well, fine. There's your crafting station. Your lectern. Hello. it is working. Like I said, them dropping down here is just something I can't really avoid because they're trying to pathfind around the corner. I may just... Stop that. I may just have to close that manually for the time being. I may have to close all of these manually for the time being, except for the one where I want them to be. That could be a thing. Well, it is kind of working. It's working enough. It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's giving me new villagers for which I can select trader traits, then make them as cheap as possible. And you know, he's trapped in here. So as soon as he cures, if he's not cheap enough, we can do this again. We can also put the crafting station back down and just max out the guy and see what other traits he has. I'm pretty happy with having Aqua Affinity. I don't really care what else he gets. But we could have done that first if we had all the emeralds in the world and all the books. And then if we don't like him, we just zombify him again and kill him. Yeah, that would be a thing. Anyway, that's this for today. And even though it took a while, and you didn't really see me build the building, I'm pretty sure this was relatively enjoyable. It was for me, except for the 2 days where I tried to get the villagers and the freaking zombie in here. Yeah. Well, thanks again for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.